Now at 6, Joplin voters will soon decide whether to renew a tax for infrastructure improvements. Plus, students in Southeast Kansas head to the mall to commit random acts of kindness. And
McDonald County is the latest school district in our area to move to a 4-day school week. I'm Anthony Saviello. I'll have more coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Another area school district announces it's moving to a 4-day week. This is KOIM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The McDonald County, Missouri School District is making the move starting with this coming academic school year. KOIM's Anthony Saviello spoke with administrators, teachers, and parents about the decision to make the move.
115. That is the number of school districts in Missouri that have moved to the 4-day school week. McDonald County now makes that one more.
Put a committee together of about 45 staff members. We had every principal in our district, one staff member from every building, and a community member from every different community that we have. And we put all the information out. We showed them the research that was done throughout the state.
The research Dr. Finley refers to is a survey done by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education that says there is no significant difference in academic achievement between 4- and 5-day school week. Dr. Finley also says that 5th day is not going to be wasted. He says it will allow the district to have more time for professional development for teachers like Logan Grab.
You have a lot of new people who have, entered the career field with a lot of people retiring during that time, and we want to surround them with as much support as possible. So that comes back to that professional development piece and helping bolster that.
That day will also be used to help students.
We're going to focus on the students that are behind, either on their reading success plans or other areas that we feel like they're behind academically. We're going to offer them an opportunity to come to school. Our staff will be there to teach them on those days. We will transport them.
Both Finley and Grab acknowledge the growing pains, but say that this system will continuously be evaluated.
Right. My hope is that it does prosper. I don't think 1 year is enough to base, the success of it necessarily. So I think that we are going to have to give it 2 or 3 years and really evaluate what we are able to accomplish during that time.
Reporting in McDonald County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
The superintendent also says that despite having 1 fewer day per week, hourly employees such as maintenance and bus drivers, they're going to still have the ability to get the hours necessary for their work week. Nice weather on this first full day of spring. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, very spring-like across the region. High temps into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Looking outside, 66 in Joplin. Pittsburgh is sitting at 62. A little cooler in our northern counties, still hanging out near 70. Once you get into our southern counties, the winds are going to pick up a little bit for us through the evening into the overnight hours tonight. Kind of have that northeasterly wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and we have had some spotty showers, mainly in our southern counties, so most of us are dry. Really right now, we just only have some across Delaware and also Benton County in northwestern parts of Arkansas, but these are mainly going to stay to our south, but we can't rule out an isolated shower or two tonight, tomorrow, into tomorrow night. Most of you dry through the evening. We'll slide back through the 60s, 50s, mid-40s later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look into the weekend. Next chance for thunderstorms here in just a bit.
See you soon. It's up to Joplin citizens to decide on April 2nd whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax. The tax started collecting revenue back in 2004 with a voter-approved renewal in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. The 3/8 cent sales tax will be on the April 2nd ballot, seeking a 12-year presentations.
It never fits with your projects and your ranking. And so by adding 2 years, I believe they actually were able to add a couple additional projects. And I think they actually added 3 additional projects.
We're going to hear from some Joplin residents about this proposal tonight on KOAM News at 10. Missouri Governor Mike Parson announced today Google has chosen Kansas City for the site of a new data center. The $1 billion investment will provide up to 1,300 jobs. The tech giant also announced it'll expand a skilled trade career development program to the Kansas City region and contribute $100,000 to the North Kansas City School District's STEAM Center. No date for construction has been announced. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announces North America's largest roofing manufacturer plans to make a major investment in Newton, Kansas. GAF will invest more than $300 million in Newton by constructing a new shingles plant. The 275,000 square foot facility will create more than 130 high-skilled manufacturing jobs in management, engineering, and operations. Construction should begin in June. The Red Cross recently declared an emergency blood shortage, so the city of Baxter Springs decided to roll up its sleeves and do something about it. Today, the high school hosted a community blood drive. The donors gave a lot to the community. Each donation has the potential to save multiple lives.
Well, I feel like it's really important. If somebody I loved was in the hospital and needed blood, I would want to help them. I would want to donate. And I know that my donation today could help somebody I love or somebody you love to save their life.
The Community Blood Center of the Ozarks gave donors a vintage t-shirt and an Ozarks Adventure Pass worth more than $150 in vouchers redeemable for admission offers at various attractions. You can go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, for a full list of those partner attractions. Some students from St. Mary's Colgan in Pittsburgh hit Meadowbrook Mall today to perform random acts of kindness. Look at that. The group, one of three, handed out cards and flowers to people at the mall randomly. Their mission was to simply leave people with an unexpected smile and a better day. Students say they got something out of the day as well.
I think they're so important because not only does it look good for our school, but it also helps us develop as characters, and that ultimately leads us closer to heaven.
The other two groups performed their random acts of kindness by cleaning up around the community. Well done. Missouri Southern Baseball continues to move up the rankings. John's going to have details on where the Lions land in the most recent poll. That's coming up later in sports. But up first, we're going to meet a Girard, Kansas man who plans to take his shot at a gold medal at the Summer Olympics. A Girard, Kansas native is going to the Summer Olympics in Paris as a competitor. Derek Mine secured one of the two spots on the U.S. men's trap shooting team. Mine participated in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but this time around, he's going to have a little extra layer of motivation. KOAM's Fernandez Silva spoke to Mine and his parents.
Gold. Any medal would be great, but I've got my eyes set on gold.
Gold, that's the color of the medal Derek Mine wants to wear in the upcoming Summer Olympics. And he knows what he needs to do to achieve that goal.
I definitely have to have a more regimented practice routine. That's something I didn't have for Tokyo.
With the help of his family and sponsors, Mane now doesn't need to travel to St. Louis or to Dallas to practice. He can do that from his parents' backyard.
The biggest challenge for me right now is to not burn myself out too quickly.
There's one thing that might help Derek this time around: his family's support.
Never doubt in my mind. I booked a room back in December already in Paris, so.
It's been awesome. You know, they've been behind me since I started shooting at a young age. They've been there every step of the way, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
It's always been a dream, so I think him fulfilling that dream. Tokyo was a dream to go. Now he's on a mission to win a medal this time.
While Derek's mom usually gets too nervous to watch him shoot during the competitions, in Paris, she will make an exception.
Oh, I will watch there. It's just exciting. You know, those are, we know that's been his dream.
A dream that runs in the family. Rick Mane started competing when Derek was only 7 years old. 1 year later, Derek tagged along and started competing. Then, it became a family thing.
And how inspiring it is to have your dad also competing.
Yeah, I can't let him get ahead of me in the medal count.
I've got a lot of hope for him. His career is just taking off. I mean, I think he's got a lot of good years ahead of him.
Years and hopefully gold medals ahead of him. In Walnut, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Mine is a 2024 CAT Games gold medalist and a 2022 world champion. He and his parents are also supporting the start of the Girard High School trap team. A little bit later, it's tournament time in Mount Vernon. John's going to have details on the area softball team staking their claims to a title. That's coming up later in sports.
Plus, we have a few rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, another nice one for us today. High temps right around 69 to 70 degrees. Quite a bit of sunshine, still a little bit breezy outside, but overall looks pretty good. Here's a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. This is at about 7th and Joplin Street. We are looking northeast through part of downtown Joplin. All right, a few little showers have popped up. These have been mainly in our southern counties, very hit and miss, but you can see a few guys down through Benton County and also Delaware County. Besides that, most of the action is kind of back toward Tulsa, north of Oklahoma City, up toward Enid. That's where most of the thunderstorms are going to stick as we go through the evening hours for us tonight. But this is due to, there's an upper level wave, weak one, northern parts of New Mexico. This is going to push east, but majority of it is going to pass to our south as we go through the next few days. We also have a frontal boundary. Look at the wind kink line. So a little bit cooler the farther north you travel. Northeasterly winds, so 60 Nevada compared to 70 Anderson, Bella Vista, 71 at Grand Lake, and then 61 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures are going to slide back through the 60s as we go through the rest of the evening hours. 66 northerly winds at 14, but gusts in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range. It's been kind of windy out there with those northeasterly winds, and these are going to stick around tonight and then once again as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, sliding back through the 50s, eventually mid 40s. Later on tonight, let me take you through time. A random shower still possible in our southern counties as we go through the overnight hours. Most of us mid 40s for lows. Let's work through your Thursday. By noon, lower 60s. By afternoon, most of us 69, 70. Very similar to what we've seen today. And again, a random shower or two, mainly in our southern counties. Tomorrow evening, a couple little showers popping up, and then all this rotates out of here by the time we head into Friday morning. Again, most of you will stay dry. Cold front drops in Friday. You can see the northerly winds, and with it, another chance, low chance for a few spotty showers, and then turning cooler behind this as we head into the weekend. Day planner for you Thursday, 48 in the morning, 63 by noon. High temp is 69 degrees. And as we look over the next several days, so here's that weak wave passing by now, moves into the southeast. Stronger storm system digs out Central Plains by Sunday into Monday. And this will bring us thunderstorms by the time we head into Sunday night. That system rotates through. Another storm system will drop in, and that one will affect us right before Easter. So it gets a little bit more active as we go into next week. All right, so this weekend we do cool down a little bit. Highs only into the upper 50s. And then by Sunday, a little bit warmer, but those chances for showers and thunderstorms start to spread in late in the daytime hours. All right, for us on your Thursday, 69, 66 on your Friday, 59 on Saturday. A little bit cooler, 64 on Sunday, with those showers and thunderstorms picking up late in the day on Sunday.
Yeah, trending warmer, but
we are
slow.
Yes.
Thanks, Doug. Still at Mount Vernon and Diamond Softball both try to continue their strong starts to the 2024 season. And Missouri Southern Baseball moves up again in the most recent top 25. Those stories and more coming up.
Here in the 4 states, we have high school softball season not only in the fall, but also in the spring. Now, several teams from both Kansas and Missouri are in the early stages of their 2024 campaign. A few of them are at the Mount Vernon tournament this week. Today, day 2 of the final and also the final day of the tournament, and one of the matchups features Diamond facing Ash Grove. The Lady Cats went 2-0 yesterday against Buffalo and Purdy, and they win this one 10-9 on a walk-off double. We'll have highlights from this later tonight. Then, the host team, Mount Vernon. was also dominant in day one, winning both games by a combined score of 26-1. Lady Mountaineers also face Ash Grove in the game right afterwards. Check back at 9 and 10 for those highlights. Missouri Southern Baseball moves up further in this week's Division II Top 25. The Lions were the number 9 team in the country last week. Well, after winning 3 out of 4 against Pitt State and Drury, all of which were on the road, Lions move up to the 8th spot this week. Southern's record on the year is 24-5, which includes an 11-2 mark in conference play. And a month and a half into the season, the Lions are still undefeated at home. They're a perfect 15-0 in Joplin. Now here's a look at the current MIAA baseball standings. Top 6 teams in the conference are on your screen. Central Missouri is the only MIAA team ranked higher than the Lions. They're number 2 in the country. Third place, Central Oklahoma sneaks in at number 25. Pittsburgh State not far behind with an identical conference record to the Broncos. The Missouri Basketball Coaches Association releases the boys and girls all-state teams for classes 4 through 6. 4 states are well represented. Webb City's Baron Duda is a Class 5 all-state performer. Then in girls Class 4, Kylie Cole from Aurora is named to the all-state team, as is Nevada's Clara Swearingen, who's also committed to play college basketball at Pitt State next year. And Carl Junction's Kylie Scott is a Class 5 all-state performer as well. Well, we've got another taste of March Madness tonight. The NCAA men's basketball tournament has its final 2 play-in games this evening in Dayton. First matchup of the night pits 2 16 seeds against each other, Grambling State and Montana State, both recipients of automatic bids to the NCAA tournament. 6-point Montana State lead right before the half. Winner of this one faces 1 seed Purdue, who lost to a 16 seed in last year's tournament. Second game features 2 10 seeds, Colorado State and Boise State. The Broncos were visibly surprised on Sunday when they saw the news that they'd have to play in Dayton just to get to the round of 64. Winner here faces the 7 seed Florida on Friday. That's a look at sports. We'll be back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Mattel announces plans to open a theme park in the Kansas City area by 2026. Plus, we're going to have more on the City of Joplin's push to renew the capital improvement sales tax and how a recent settlement is changing the landscape for the real estate market. Those stories, a lot more. It's all coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. It is now time to check out how you can be the first to know about news, weather, and sports. Download the KOAM News app. It's free of charge. You'll find it wherever you get your app. You can also download it with that QR code you see right there on your screen. If you act quickly, you can also just search for KOAM News app. Simple enough to find. Spring is here, Doug.
It
is feeling
is
like spring.
Yeah, back near 70 once again as we head into your Thursday. Mid-60s on Friday, cooling down a little bit for the weekend and some random showers.
Final sports notes.
Pitt State's Kyle Rutledge is named the National Coach of the Year for indoor track and field.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.